Sierra, Sierra, November. Whiskey 1, Sierra, Sierra, November.
Sierra, Sierra, November. What's the name there?
Sierra, Sierra, November. What's the name there?
Okay, very good. The prefix is Whiskey 1, and if you're pointing, I am in Connecticut. Charlie Tango, Connecticut. Whiskey 1, Sierra, Sierra, November. Over to you, sir.
Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
The name.
I'm sorry, sir. I was monitoring Milford SDR, and they just kicked me off. They do that from time to time. It's really strange. You can have, you know, all of the. You can do nothing, and they'll kick you off for just being there. And then if you do too much or stay too long, they'll kick you off. So you just have to go with the flow, I guess. So anyway, Sierra, Sierra, Nancy, come back with the name, please.
Anyway, Sierra, Sierra, Nancy.
Okay, very good. It's one of those things you have to understand. If you think water and cake and pipe are strange things, you should try RF. The name here is Scott, Sierra, Charlie, Oscar, Tango, Tango, Scott, and located in Connecticut.
Roger, Roger, Scott. And what radio are you running today, sir?
And what radio are you running today, sir?
Well, as a matter of fact, that's why I'm sort of here. And it is fortuitous that I dropped by. It is a Icom 7300, and my primary radio, which was a 10 this morning, the main receiver went out, so I'm ready to go into a box. But unfortunately, it's been a long time since I played with this radio, and I did put in a new microphone since on the 7610 I run a Sennheiser 421, and the ICOM, the 7300 has a 5-volt bias on the line, and that you cannot turn off. You can turn off on the 7610. So I'm using Heil ICM, I think is the designation, because it's not a dynamic. Over to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, first thing, if you'll be interested in our setup procedure, verifying that we're in that wide transmit mode, 100 to 2900 wide mode transmit, Roger?
Wide mode transmit, Roger.
And it is wide.
Yes, sir. Next part then goes to the compressor on and at a 3. It's a token amount, something you'll never hear on the air, but it helps us in the end get to our 3 dB dynamic range. So compressor on at a 3. Roger?
At a 3. Roger.
As a matter of fact, it's on at a 2. I'm kicking about 5 dB of compression, and with a mic gain of 35%.
Roger, Roger. If you'd move that up to 3, we could press on. Like I said, 3 is, you know, just a very shade hotter, but there's still nothing that you're going to hear on the air.
Still nothing that you're going to hear on the air.
Okie dokie, it is up to a 3, and I'm getting about 7 to 10 on peaks compression.
Roger, Roger. Okay, now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, audio, don't stress it, just say it, stretch the A out so you can get a good reading, and with your mic gain, as you say the word, you adjust for mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger?
Your ALC meter, Roger.
Okay, you're going for 2/3, and let me see, we'll have to knock it down some. And Mary had a little land, the sleet was white as snow, and I'm down almost to nothing. Percent mic gain, and it has not moved down. There's a little bit. I backed off the mic.
Yeah, Scott, the word is audio. Audio gives you a nice steady state tone there to make your adjustment. It cuts out all of the ambiguities of various word level changes. So if we just say the word audio, it gets just like a setup tone, what it is. That'll help you get that, nail that 2/3, Roger.
That 2/3, Roger.
Okay, propagation has gone south on us, but I think you said the word audio, and it's sitting right at ALC is about It's not going over the little red line, but it is at about 45 to 50%. I think I'll just keep it there. And is the intelligibility good on the signal? That's the main thing I'm interested in.
Yes, sir. Well, we want to get our audio ballistically correct before we start EQing, because if you don't, then when you start EQing, it's going to be a different ball game. So we want to get our dynamic range at 3 dB, and that's what the whole front end of this setup is about: is getting your audio at a 3 dB dynamic range, which means that your average percent of peak modulation at that point would be between 80 and 85%. So the ideal spot. The ideal sweet spot is halfway between mid-scale and 2/3, although you can't camp right there, so we give you an excursion area between 50% and 66 and 2/3%, as you move right between those 2 points. Roger?
Right between those 2 points, Roger.
Okay. In that case, we're good. Audio. All right, we're good. We're getting about 15 dB of compression when I do that. But I'm sitting right at about 50% on ALC, and if I crank it up to about 65, it doesn't get any but worse. Just what's happening is the compression is going crazy on me. So, and I don't think I want that much compression.
You're looking good there. You're looking right at 3 dB when you moved up to that 2/3% on your ALC. So let's move to, I think you're really close, so let's move to your EQ. And what type, you're in the 7300, so you have a simplistic equalization situation there. And I would suggest moving your top end EQ, treble EQ +2 from where it is. +2 clicks, boost treble EQ from where you are.
Boost treble EQ from where you are.
Okay, again, you're dropping out wow, we're up at about 15 dB compression now. If my EQ is set for -2 bass and +2 for treble. -2 bass, +2 treble.
Roger. I would move that top treble EQ +2 more, so we are at +4 treble EQ, 2 additional from where you are. Roger?
2 additional from where you are. Roger?
Okay, it'll take me a second to get there. Okay, that is a +4 treble, still -2 bass.
Yes, sir. Now, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system so I can hear you.
About your antenna system so I can hear you.
Okay, the antenna system is currently loop. That's a horizontal loop. And it works very good on 80 and 30, not so good on 40. So we're running an LDG 1000 Pro auto tuner, and I'm kicking in about 400 watts on an ACOM 600S amplifier, and that's about it.
Roger. Why don't you drop that compressor back to a 2? A compressor back to a 2, and tell me the best thing you like about the 7300.
Best thing you like about the 7300.
Okay, now the compressor is back at 2, and I'm peaking about 20 dB of compression, and normal talking, I'm sitting right around between 10 and, let's say, 14. And what about the 7300, sir? W1SSN, oh, by the way.
Gosh, I was just listening to your audio. I think you might be a little close to that mic. I'd move back an inch or two, further back off that mic some, so we don't have quite as much mouth noise. I would say about an inch or inch and a half, somewhere like that.
At an inch or inch and a half, somewhere like that.
Okie dokie, this is quite a bit, but not quite a bit. It's about an inch away, I guess. I got too close. well, I call them a spit sock. I have a very nice spit sock on the Sennheiser, and this other microphone has a very flimsy spit sock. So the attenuation of mouth noise is probably not as good, as you said. And again, W1SSN.
Yes, sir. It sounds a whole lot better. It's just, it's one of the small things, but, a windscreen, just as a phone windscreen is just so nice. It just, takes out all of the no-nos and leaves the yay-yays, and it just makes all the difference in the sound, Roger.
Makes all the difference in the sound, Roger.
Okay, very good. All right. So, my bottom line is not necessarily, audio quality or, CD quality or even FM radio quality on sideband. I just wanted to make sure that it was intelligible, and I'm thinking that your settings that you gave me are looking pretty good here. And I want to thank you for your time and effort, sir. And when I get the 7610 back up, maybe I'll come sneaking by on a Friday afternoon and check it out again.
Yes, sir, Scott. And obviously we are recording now, so if you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube, do a call, let a search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you directly to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2200 QSO-VLOG aircheck recordings. So YouTube search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, and we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Okay, thank you ever so much, Jim. Air checks is not something I like to do anymore, so we'll just stay away from that. The last thing I want to do is hear myself on recording again. All right, sir, thank you ever so much for your time and effort, as I said. And this is W1SSN clear with you, and scooting back down to CW.
Roger, Scott, just out of curiosity, though, I'm curious why you would not want to hear your audio. The hardest thing in the world is to, set up something, listening with earphones to yourself in real time. I'm just wondering why you wouldn't want to listen to yourself in the abject situation of not participating in the conversation and objectively evaluating your audio. I'm just curious about that.
Your audio. I'm just curious about that.
Well, it's never going to sound as good as I think it's supposed to sound, and I've got a couple of hours worth of air checks here. We're using a little better equipment than a sideband. So I'm thinking that if the goal for amateur radio, in my opinion, like noses, is it should be intelligible, and it shouldn't necessarily hurt your ears, but every now and then it's going to. And that's just the way I feel, Jim.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm just curious. We go to great pains to get as abstract a recording as we can, not adding anything to it. We're very, very close to having no adding nothing to the recording. We go direct. There is no room noise. We have our receiver under AGC compression, so there is no added noise. This is as close to a God recording as you can get, Roger.
Close to a God recording as you can get, Roger.
Okay, thanks a lot. I may take a look at it, but and thank you for the opportunity. So, Jim, I am clear with you. W1SSN. Thank you ever so much, sir.
Roger, Scott, 73. You have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. Thanks for dropping by. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG Net. My name is Jim, and if you have a radio that you want to check out, give me a shout.